Oh, my sweet Mimi. Oh, if you want to be normal again, you'll have to be my wife. Why not think about it over a lovely lunch? What do you say? Marry you? Stop asking! I would rather say small than marry you! Oh, you are so stubborn! If you would listen to me, then maybe you'll listen to the screams of your friends. I think I have a recipe for monkeys boiling water. I wonder how they'll taste. How dare you, you stuck-up meanie! Oh no, my sweet Mimi has gone up my nostril. Achoo! Whatever the person who made this game and wrote the plot for it was on, I really want to try some of that because holy shit. This game just goes from trippy to even more trippy. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Super Monkey Ball 2. Now we're into Boiling Pot, which has some of the best music ever. I love this track, it's so good. This is combination, and so you've got, imagine a chessboard. The black squares all raise and then spin, and then the white squares all raise and spin. And it's just about getting closer to the goal. And the trick here is locate the goal, which is over there, and move as close towards it on the diagonal plane as you can, and then just bide your time while everything spins. Because you can't try and move them because it's too difficult. And then move once more, and you'll be over at the goal. If you're not on the set of boards that the goal is on, move so you are, basically. It's kind of hard to explain, but... punch seesaws, this is a fun one. I love the music so much. So this is kind of like, what was it called? The seesaws one from Inside a Whale, whose name escapes me. You just have to wiggle around, and then there's the goal. Oh, straight into an onion as well. Yeah, it's just... I mean, so much of this game is so weird anyway, because it's never even made at all clear why the monkeys are even in balls. No one else in this world seems to be in balls. At the beginning, you see a lot of monkeys going around Monkey Village, and they are utterly unencapsulated. Obviously, Dr. Baboon is very much free to move around as he wants. I'm really making a Haynes of this one. And it's just... it's bloody weird. Right. I should actually try this bit. Oh, God, no. Oh. I'm jumping the gun too much at the beginning. You really need to start wiggling as soon as you get on here. So, land, and then just wiggle, get all the bananas, because it's safer that way. Try and spend too long like on one side, you're not even speeding through anything. There's the goal. I'm going to try the next goal, obviously. So this next one, if I remember correctly, is a lot more sensitive. Oh no, it's not. It's exactly the same. Well, there we go. Special goal. Gotta go for the special goal at least once. That is my self-established rule, I think. Oh, it's so good, the music in this one. Right, next we on to... right. Another name that doesn't make sense. This is no better than totalitarianism, for this level is called Opera. And what does it involve? It involves you going around on tiny flights of stairs. So, as you can see, ooh, well, you can't see anything because that was an awful start. So, as you go around, oh, bloody hell, I'm having a rough time. Let's try going left then. That disproves my I always go left theory because, wow, I went right there twice and I died and then went left. Why am I struggling with this so much? I guess if your brain thinks it's a slope, you handle very differently when you're bouncing down a load of tiny stairs than when you go down a slope, and I'm really having a bad time. I was about to say, is my controller broken? Well, that's really the poor workman blaming his tools there. The poor workman spitting on the camera. Not camera, microphone. I'm going to move the mic off to the side there so that doesn't happen again. Wonderful. Yeah, you got to really hold back a little bit to avoid... You haven't got the turning momentum that you feel like you should have because, as I say, you're not on a slope, you're on stairs. So, as you can see, this game is actually starting to get a bit difficult now. Right, now on to the next bit. So, I would, just use right and back. Don't actually hold forward on these at all, tempting though it is. And as you can see, as you go down, the gaps between stairs are getting steeper. And quite what this has to do with Opera is beyond me. Unless it's like... It reminds me vaguely of, like, the stairs in an auditorium or something like that. Like, something... You know, like, the proper theatres that have got, like, balconies and circles and shit like that? It's kind of a bit like that, maybe, but... I suspect it's more likely to just be a dodgy translation. This is really just a game of patience. Oh, no, he says, rocketing down too fast. Oh, but I nailed it in the end. Oh, king me. So next we get onto brandished. So you've got a strange little circular thing spinning around and it's off-center, so it never spins in a predictable way. I seem to remember there being a precise timing strategy for this that's around 57. You just go forward and then it just comes and hits you. Come on. Ow! That's the way to do this level though, is don't actually try and hit it, let it come and hit you. So you just kind of position yourself. When you start getting bananas, you know you're getting close to it, so here. Oh, here. Oh, nope. Oh! As I say, because it's off-center, you can't reliably... It's not like it's spinning in a predictable way, so you can just move towards it, so you gotta just position yourself and hope. Ow. Ooh! Hey, there we go. Eventually, the game brings the goal to you. Not really worth working for it. Ah, right. So now we go on to tiers. And this is kind of like curvy option. That we've got a short path straight ahead, but it's pretty narrow. And then as we drop down every one of these tiers, it gets easier, but if you have anyone familiar with athletics will know that this is also a wider track. Also anyone who can see, but it reminds me of like an athletics course where it's like the outer track is technically slower, which is why they do the old swippy swappy if it's a 400, or they just go out of lanes if it's longer than a 400 meters. But it's just about not choking, which I did quite nicely. There are higher goals there, but I'm not going to go for them. I'll do it if it's like running through like a silly mechanism or something like that. But when it's like, how well can I hold my finger position? That sounds really dodgy. I'm not good at the precise positioning on this. I got real shaky hands. Actually, that's not entirely true. I'm a bloody neuroscientist. Well, not exactly a neuroscientist. But I do spend a lot of time at work doing very precise things like injections and things with annoyingly small insects. Oh no! So, yeah, my dexterity is still not exactly what I would consider good. There's a little trick to this level, if I remember. You can actually hop off the left here and skip out a considerable part of the level, but it's very difficult to do. I haven't really talked about this level at all, I realised I just did it. It's called cliffs. You've got the little drop down, and then you've got a platform that'll launch you up onto the next bit. Then you've got a drop down, then a launch, and you just repeat like that. Except each time, the platform you've got to hit to launch gets slightly narrower, and the last one's a real bugger to hit. That was a really strange sequence of noises that came out of my mouth. Came out of my mouth. I said came out of my mouth. I said at the beginning of this that I'm not going to drink for it, and I haven't been, but I'm feeling slightly high off just doing this game. I think it's just the insanity of the plot and the sudden sharpness of the learning curve of the game of just... Oh! There we go. It's a very intense game just because it's like, it's everything's all or nothing. You either do a level perfectly or you don't. When you think about it, any given attempt is either perfect or not because you don't have lives as such. Ah, narrow peaks. So this is kind of similar to cliffs with a bit of tiers in, all that kind of stuff. To the left is a load of bunches, but it's also evil, so I'm going to go to the right. There's no real difference here. I believe there's not actually a special goal. Oh, as you can see. Ugh. I was holding forward at full there. That's not enough on narrow peaks. You actually need to... You need to take a run-up, but you first need to make sure your run-up is actually lined off, so you don't just take a run-off straight into the broth at the bottom there. Alright, let's try that. So it's all about just maintaining that momentum! Onion. Onion! Right, try the run-up, that actually works. There we go. And our reward is an even thinner platform, which we have to do exactly the same process with. Whoop! There we go. And this final one at the end, you don't need to run up for, you just need to hold your nerve for it. Hold your nerve, hold your nerve! Forward. I'm an idiot. Alright, come on, tease it, tease it, tease it! Oh! Right. Oh, every time I overcompensate, god damn it. Just gotta take it slowly. Patience, Doctor, patience! Right, I'm gonna take this real slowly, just because I've choked on it so many times now. There we go, wonderful. See what I mean with this game? Patience. It's all about peace and calm, and taking things nice and slowly. Ah, detour. This one's fun. There's no real trick to it as such, it's just an entertaining level. I really like the ones, it's like Gravity Slider or Coaster. Gravity Slider, good one. Gravity Slider or Coaster, where it's like, there is no trick, it's just a level that's genuinely fun to play. So, that would be the goal. That's how we get to the goal. But I'm going to go for the special goal. He says, killing himself. You know the rules by now. We have to go to the special goal at least once. You see how there's that brick in front of me? You can use that to jump, and the special goal is there to your left. It's really difficult. Basically, I find it challenging. But there we go, there we go. Nailed it. Ooh! Oh! Oh, bugger! That was not a great thing. I went through the wormhole at a completely pissy angle, and of course it screwed me over. I still spat into the microphone, despite me putting it way to the left of me. Good one, Doctor. Alright, let's try that. Oh, that's looking good. That's a good flight trajectory. Good trajectory! Too high, too high. Alright, let's try it again. I was going a bit too fast that time, so let's try and slow down a little bit. It's still too high. I really thought I did slow it down, but maybe I didn't. Alright, that looks good, that looks good, that looks great! Oh, yes, perfect. Got all the bunches as well. That was beautiful. 29 thou. Not that the points mean anything on this. Well, they do actually, but we'll get there in time. Ah, this one. This is an interesting one, Switch Inferno. You just gotta know what to do. Because there's a load of switches. Most of these switches will kill you. About 8 of them, I believe, actually open the way up. Best way to do it is, so you go, it's in the 3rd column from the left, and it is, I believe, the 4th from the back. It's that one, isn't it? Raises up the goal. Any of the other ones will kill you. And I killed it anyway. This one, you just learn the trick to win, yes, because it's a series of trial and error, and there's a lot of error to be had in it. There we go. That was the one. 3-4, I remember. I always forget which way around it is. There we go. So you saw the sweeper that would come across to kill me, except for the fact it didn't. One more level to go, and it is folders. This is an interesting one. It can be really challenging, but there's a real simple trick for it. So you got these little foldy things. Which, as you can see, well, we get a bit closer, there you go. So they close, then they open up, and they open up in a way, and then they close out the way. So you got to be running real fast for them. Or, if you want to use the mingy little trick, which is what I am 100% going to do, completely ignore the folders and just go onto the side rail. And you can just stay on this side rail, doesn't matter whether the folders are open or closed or not, you're fine here. Because then you don't have to do any awkward timing, trying to think it's all difficult. You just wait for the end, and then wait for the end one to drop, and then as soon as it's back up, hop straight through. Wonderful. Feels mingy, I know, but I'm okay with it. Time again, we've completed the world, so time for another trippy cutscene. Oh, my sweet Mimi. Where are you? Please answer me. Oh, all this looking around is making me tired. Ah, I must stink with all this sweat. I'd better take a bath before I continue searching for my sweet Mimi. Otherwise she'll be repulsed by my smell.